welcome to the channel. Oh, welcome to the... Oh, God's sake. Welcome to the channel. Oh, welcome. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, welcome to the channel. Oh, shut up, right. We're doing 37 miles per hour in a 40. So we've got a little bit of speed and spare.
Such an achingly poignant piano
Or has it
part,
been
that
changed
song
to
has.
30?
Graham Johnson was playing it by the by, and it was Orpheus with his lute by Vaughan
Should really
Williams,
be a 50.
our song of the day this Wednesday morning, sung by the incomparable Anthony Ralph Johnson. And if you have a song of the day suggestion
it must
for
be a
us,
30.
it can be
well, the
Shakespearean,
road,
like that one, from
you know, the
musical,
planning,
perhaps, or dating all the way back to ancient
This is
times.
what they do. The government
As long
ignores
as it's a
the
song,
planning.
and it's great.
They just go, oh, well, we can sort that out. So these statutes never are important, and they just come along with some fad idea, some green communist claptrap, and then they think they can overrule statutes. That's what they're doing with speed limits. And the thing is, you go, oh, well, what are you worried about? Well, if you're going to do it with speed limits, you do it with anything. Never mind, there you go. Right, so it seems that that's a 30, not a 40. Well, it should probably be a 50. So what you do is, what they do is they get a cross section of NIMBYs. That's like mothers at home with bairns. Get 3 or 4 of them, and they obviously want all the cars to go slower. And so there is NIMBYism. We all do it. I do it as well. So an example would be, I don't want houses built, you know, across from it, you know, where my house is, right? And that's NIMBYism. So it's like, my house has already been built and I'm living in it, so you don't want any more. So it's like NIMBYism, you know. It's like, we need the heating on. Why is the heating not on? It's cold in here. I'm going too slow. I've got a car right behind me, sorry. Is this one of these slow days? Let's go slow today. Maybe it is. Maybe it's a slow day. Slow, slow day. It's very, very slow. Right, we have to stop. Yes, we do. For the Renault. So in life, I suppose we all take sort of chances and things, don't we? And, you know, nobody sort of runs life. So it's a totally, like, completely and utterly... Are you recording? Yeah. I had to look up there to make sure I was actually recording, because there's a little... Yay! Dot. I've noticed that I've got this in a different place now. I do a lot of hand gestures, I've noticed that. So what I am doing is I am using a new phone app today. The reason, we'll see what it's like, but I was noticing, well, we changed phone apps because the last phone app kept freezing and stopping, and well, we didn't know it was a phone app, we thought it was the phone. So that was me and my IT team, right? Which is somebody. And then, so the phone app was freezing, so we changed a different one, which all seemed fine. And I noticed when I was doing the videos, like when I was getting out walking around, they were jiggling like mad. I thought, what the hell's that? So it didn't seem to have stabilisation. Somebody sent me a link for a stabilising thing, so I still haven't done anything about that. But we have changed phone apps again to see if the stabilisation is better. So really the problem is that thing, you know, when you're sort of walking and you're holding on to something, it's moving up and down with you, because the person's moving up and down as you walk. So it seems to have got worse since I changed apps. It'll be putting people off. I don't blame them really. You're watching it and you're going, what the fuck, you know. And it might even be noticeable with the car. Yeah. There's always something with the filming thing, isn't there? There's always you know, like some kind of problem, and then you go on it with another problem, a different problem. So I'm on my way to Alloa today. Alloa. I haven't got my sunglasses on, but it's actually quite bright. So I was thinking about autism, and I've got this guy, and he was getting on. I don't even know if he watches his videos. He might. I don't think he does, but he's got autism. Or he says he's got autism. When somebody says they've got autism, or their child's got autism, or what it means is, what it means is they've just said they've got autism. Is what it means, right? So, right. So then you could say something like, I have an NHS diagnosis of autism, right? So that kind of steps it up a bit. You know, why am I so cold? It's because I don't have the trousers on today, that's why. I want it heated up a bit. Right. So I haven't really mentioned this improvement in the channel update. Not that I don't think there's that many people watch channel updates anyway, but it's basically I need to. It's just one of these things, isn't it? You know. I suppose it kind of does point to the sort of amateurish nature of what I'm doing, which on the one hand, the incompetence is quite funny. I've got my sunglasses on now. The amateurish nature. So, what are we talking about? It's really weird how you're not allowed to touch your phone, but it's alright to mess about with controls, heating controls and stuff. That's fine. There's a lot of weird things in the legislation, the so-called legislation, with the criminals. Yeah, so, right. You come off here, you've got to remember and go, if you're going to Alloa, that is, or Canvas, go into this lane. The arrows have gotten a bit faded, so it's easy to actually forget. There's daffodils. Yeah, so my friend, this guy's got autism. I'm not convinced that I think people who say they have autism or have a diagnosis of it should still endeavour to function, or at least attempt to try to function in society. So when you're hanging around the people, that would be, it might be a peer group that I'm talking about. So this guy, what he does is he comes away with the situations happening all the time, and I'm trying to limit it, and the way I'm trying to limit it is by not being with him, right? So that's my solution. So, but he's gone a bit funny with me, he's sending me messages and stuff. But basically you don't cast pearl over swine, or whatever way that is. So you're wasting your time. You know, people aren't listening, right? Don't keep going on about something that people aren't listening. If they don't want to listen to you, don't keep going on about what is the message you're trying to put across. Move along and do it with somebody else, or do it with nobody. You know, being on your own is maybe safer than having somebody that's going to cause you trouble with you. So what happens with him is, and he does it, he'll do something that I sort of object to, or I disagree with, or I think it's the wrong thing to do, and he'll argue argue, and I actually admit that I do that as well, right? I think I do that, right? And I'm trying to manage it, because sometimes people are trying to help you, you know, so I've got to equally recognise that he's maybe trying to help me, or he thinks he is, but you know, so he's built this kind of wall up, so he hasn't adjusted, you know, he's had these problems with friends. But what is the definition of friendship or acquaintances in business? And it's all jumbled up with him, and it might be with me as well, but it seems to be with him that it's all jumbled up. He doesn't know, is it a business, is it an acquaintance, is it a friendship, what is it? And he sort of buys people. He doesn't know he's doing it, but he pays for everything, you know, and he'll spend money. It's basically, it's kind of like he really shouldn't be let out on his own. It's kind of like where we're going with it. I'm in the wrong gear. I was in fifth there. I should have changed to fourth. You know, so he's not really capable of conducting himself in society. So it's like, and just reflecting a bit, and then maintaining relationships, you know, because at the moment the only option I see is me getting away from him, because I can't get him to see where he's going wrong. One example was the other day, we do car boot sales, right, and a common problem with car boot sales is your average person, very often a woman, not always, but women, will turn up and they'll leave their boot open all day and the battery will be flat. And that's why I sell jump leads. I sell them I don't sell them, they're not expensive, right, they're cheap. This woman didn't want to buy them. She wanted me to jump start her, but she didn't want, and right, so I knew she was a user, right? She wanted me, so I got this guy to go and do it, because he bought this booster thing, and it cost him over 200 quid. And I says, did she give you anything for doing it? I would never take any money from anyone for starting their car. And then I thought, oh, fuck's sake, you know, I'm trying to help him, and he's making me look like a twat, that I'm a greedy bastard, right? That's what happened, right? She's made me look like a greedy bastard. So then, you know, I just didn't, I was busy at the time, I wasn't really thinking right, I was trying to do something, and I thought about it the next day. I thought, well, I was right, he was wrong, because he paid 200 quid for the booster thing, and that woman needed it to get her car going, right? The other thing about these booster packs is they don't last forever. You know, it's like you're taking something out of it. Same with an electric car. You know, they're not sustainable. Sustainable. Oh, that word. You know, they don't last forever. And I'm going to a shop here, which is just there, and it does seem quite busy here today. I think what I'll do is go and park in probably go and park in Asda car park. Oh, the money! I don't know what the time scales are for parking here. It doesn't really matter, there's no spaces. You know, so yes, I see, and Asda, and this, the watches. Yeah, I mean, it's slightly sort of inconsiderate, I suppose, parking like that, corners like that with a BMW, but I get it, they've got to, you know. Who planned this? Who planned this godforsaken disgrace? It's too small. It's only... I think I'll go down to Asda and park there. That's what the plan is. It's fucking hairy here, is there? People reversing, there's people. Jesus. Yeah. Alloa seems busy, doesn't it? So if I look around Alloa, I'll go and park at Asda. I don't know how long you get at Asda. There's Town Hall there. Town Hall. Alloa Town Hall. There's Malcolm Logistics. Another one, two of them. It's a wet day. La la la. So it's quite an unusual experience for me today because I'm actually getting. I know this maybe doesn't really matter too much, but I am actually getting do you have to park at that car park round the back? Do you? Let's go to that one. Shall we go to that one? See if you have to park there. Actually, I don't know. We'll just go to Asda. We'll go back to the Asda plan. Yeah, so it's just difficult. It's difficult when I've got my own problems to deal with, and it's trying to help somebody else, and they're not listening. I think it's the conclusion is they're just not fucking listening. So this particular person is sort of checking in to see if he's, if I've dumped him, right? Whatever. I don't mean in the sort of sexual sense, because that's not the sort of relationship we're talking about. I'm talking about dumped him as in, I suppose it's a bit of a harsh word, but so it's like I've realised the temptation to explain everything that he's done wrong is wrong because it's narcissistic in itself. It's really, really hard to explain it all. I think the whole fact that he doesn't understand that, and I sort of have an idea, or at least more of an idea than he does, but I've also got a diagnosis of autism as well, so so the point I think I'm trying to make is I believe that with this particular person there should be some awareness of from him what I've learned from him. I don't think he's completely oblivious to it, and I'd be looking for more awareness, and it's not happening. He's not trying. He's just like totally oblivious to what people are telling him. And yeah. Well, let's park beside that. Let's park here. Oh no, that's a fucking child. That's a child bit, you fucking clown. Why do children park so far away? We'll go in beside that. Beside that. Wow. Yeah, solid beef. So, it's difficult, really, isn't it? Managing relationships is very difficult. I think it's just trying to. In the past, I would burn relationships. I would burn them out, and that means so it could be a scenario where you're walking down the street and you see somebody. So what you don't want that to happen. There are people that's happened to me and them, so it's maybe not totally my fault, it's partial both, but their behaviour has been so unacceptable that I've totally burned them out, and it means that you can't meet in the street. It's so bad. You really don't want that. You want people to meet people in the street, and say hello or something, and just keep your distance. So so I'm older now. I used to do that burnout sort of thing, and that a way to burn one out would be have a big blowout and shout and swear at each other, and then there's no coming back usually from that. You know, and one example was my neighbour down the Borders. She was a real horrible cow, but I really handled it really badly. You know, I should have ignored her more. I shouldn't have shouted at her husband and all these things. A lot of theory, the gameplay theory, manipulation and everything, it's in the book and everything like that. But when you get angry, you just totally forget about the book, you know, or, you know, the theory behind it all, and you totally stuff it all up. And I'm trying to be better. I'm not brilliant, but I'm better than I was. You know, so that's really what I'm trying to do with this. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. But I apologise for talking a lot of crap. Bye! Go and get your shopping.